I've just traded in my trusty Series 8 Apple Watch and purchased an Apple Watch Ultra 3. The main reason for doing this was for workout reasons. The Series 8 just wasn't cutting it in terms of battery life and having a dimmer display than the newer watches. But have I made a mistake? Should I have got a Series 11 and not spent the extra £300 on the Ultra just for workouts? Let's go and have a look at my first run and see my initial thoughts. Right, here we are. First workout using the Apple Watch Ultra 3. So I'm just going to stop for a minute and talk about my initial thoughts on it. I'm 4.8 miles into a 10-mile run, so I've had a good chance to have a little bit of play with it, see what it's like, and here's my views so far. So, first thing to say is that it's a brick of a watch compared to my Series 8. However, I've seen people say that it can move about on the wrist compared to the Series watches. That's not what I've found at all. It's secured to my wrist, and in terms of the weight, it's probably twice as heavy as my Series 8, but I don't feel it at all. Next thing to say is the display. 49mm display compared to the 46 on my Series 8, and it's phenomenal. It's a real slab of a screen, so easy to see in any light. Series 8 only had a 1000 nit max brightness. This has got 3000 nits, so I know that might be different if you've got Series 10 or 11, but that 3000 nits of brightness is absolutely outstanding. Other key features I've noticed so far are the action button. So when I've been running with my old watch, I tend to do a lot of segments, so to get a segment up on my old watch I'd have to double tap the screen twice, and in the rain that just was nigh on impossible. It just didn't work at all. So having the action button, where when I'm running along, tap the action button, marks the segment, absolutely fantastic. So in the rain, luckily it's not raining today, but in the rain that is going to be a real bonus for me. But the other thing is the digital crown. So swiping up to see your other metrics on your other screens is quite easy in the dry, but not so easy in the wet. And I've seen that the digital crown on here, which you can use to swipe up, it's a little more clicky than it was on the Series 8, so it makes it just that little bit easier to use. As for the GPS accuracy, etc., I'll have a look at that when I get back. So I'll hand back now, back home after the run, and I'll give you my overall thoughts after a 10-mile run on it. Okay, let's crack on. So as you can see, I was a bit blown away with the Apple Watch Ultra 3, and therefore I don't think I've made a mistake. When I got back home, I had a look at my run. I looked at the battery life I had left. I started off with 100%, and I'd only used 12% battery after a 10.5-mile run. That compares to my Series 8 that would use 25%, maybe up to 30% sometimes of battery. Now, at the end of a day, when I've been using the watch at work, etc., that would sometimes cause either me to have to go into low power mode, or even, if I hadn't realised, I've missed some of my run because the watch ran out of juice. So straight away, I think I've made the right choice. Some of the other things I noticed as well is on the way back from that run, the sun was very low in the sky, and it really was bright, hitting my face, but I could still see the watch face really clearly with that large 3000 nit display. There's not a chance in hell on my Series 8 that I would have been able to see that display as clearly. So overall, I'm really happy with my purchase. The other thing as well, and this is a minor point, is the GPS. On the Ultra 3, it's got multi-band GPS, whereas on the Series watches, that's not the case. And when I got back, I had a look at the app that I use for tracking my runs. And I'll show you now the difference between the two accuracies of the GPS watches. So here on the left-hand side, we have the Series 8, and you can see the accuracy of that. And on the right-hand side, you can see the accuracy, same run, using the Ultra 3. Now there is a slight difference, and you'd expect the Ultra 3 with its multi-band GPS to be more accurate, and it is slightly. However, I don't think this does a lot in terms of when you're running out in the open, but I think it probably would make a difference if you're running in a built-up area where there's high-rise buildings. So I've yet to see that in practice, but certainly from the data I can see there, it looks like it does make it so slightly more accurate having the multi-band GPS. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to do a more general review on how I've found the Apple Watch Ultra compared to my Series 8, which will be a bit broader and won't just focus on fitness and workout. So if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see something similar comparing the two, then please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I make another video. Thanks for watching.